Everyone. I am Dr. Monal Ajit Taptadar and I am the Rabies Scientific Coordinator in VOA. And today we'll be talking about what support can VOA offer you towards your journey towards rabies elimination. And thank you, Dr. Rachel, for setting up the flow and setting up the stage and providing us an insight on what is the situation globally and in the Middle East. So this is not the first time we are talking about rabies in the Middle East, and I think even Rachel had highlighted this in the presentation. So this we spoke about rabies in the Middle East in 2015 during the general session. Then again we had a survey in the same year, and we identified some key priority areas for Middle East to focus on. Then in 2023, in the 17th conference, the Middle East area again identified key target areas and key areas of action for rabies. And one of them was dog population management and rabies control. So clearly, rabies is a priority in the Middle East, and the Middle East region is interested towards working on 0 by 30 goal. So the WA international standards, you might have heard WA speak a lot about their standards. So we are a standard setting organization and we set world class level standards and processes for different diseases, and rabies is among them. So using our international standards, we provide clear guidance and strategies and priorities and also legal framework to for dog-mediated rabies elimination and preventing human deaths. So we have terrestrial animal health code and the terrestrial manual of diagnostic tests and vaccines for terrestrial animals. So under the terrestrial animal health code, we have different chapters, and each of these chapters are covering different aspects of disease control program. But in case of rabies, we can refer to chapter 1.1, which provides you guidance on notification. Then you can refer to chapter 5.11, which provides you a guidance on what would be the model certificate should look like in case you want to transport your animals. There is an international movement of dogs and cats from any country, including free country or also from endemic countries. Then we have chapter 7.7, which I think your region would really like to refer it to. It's a chapter on management of free roaming dogs, and it also provides you insight on what is the importance of responsible dog ownership in this whole principle and whole puzzle of dog population management. Then we have our colleague over there, Paolo, who will be emphasizing more on chapter 7.7. He has a huge expertise and experience on using dog population management in the European region. And this chapter was revised and adopted in 2022. Again, Paolo will be giving you more information on this chapter 7.7. We will be talking about chapter 7.7 quite often in the next 2 days. Even I think my colleague Rahul will be also speaking about chapter 7.7 and how PPP can be used in chapter 7.7. So this will be a very common, might be you can say like a favorite chapter for you guys. Then chapter 8.15 again it gives you all the technical guidelines on what are the case definitions to be used for dog-mediated rabies, what are the guidance for a country in case they want to declare or identify themselves as rabies-free country, or they want to identify rabies-free zones. This chapter also provides you recommendations on surveillance and also provides recommendations on endorsement of an official control program for dog-mediated rabies. And then we have chapter 3.1.18, which is classical chapter on providing you guidance on rabies diagnosis. What are the existing diagnostic methods which could be used? What are the sampling collection procedures, the shipping procedures? What are the vaccines used? So this chapter will provide you 101 of all the diagnostic procedures and preventive procedures which are related to rabies. And we also have again Florence over there, and Dr. Florence will highlight to you about this chapter. If you need any more insight on what is the use of this chapter, you can talk to Florence over there, and she can guide you more. A reference library network for rabies called as RABLAB. VOA also has internal management of a lab network. It's a network of labs. There are 12 labs across the globe, and we meet every quarterly and we discuss about the rabies issues in different regions. And these lab members are experts in their field and they can offer a country any kind of support, and especially in case of rabies diagnosis. For example, if you want to improve the diagnostic capacity or surveillance capacity in your country, or if you want to standardize the diagnostic techniques which are being used for rabies diagnosis, or if there are certain research and training activities which you want to conduct in your country, and if you want to build skill of your existing staff and veterinarians and the laboratory personals, lab members can offer you support. For now, we had 12 reference lab, as I said before, but soon we are going to have 2 more reference lab once they are accepted in the General Assembly in May. We also have Florence over there, as I said before, and she is a part of the lab network, and she will be happy to inform you any more if you want any more information on the lab network, and if you want any support from the lab experts we have. Basically, lab members are our in-house expertise for rabies. Then you might have heard about VAHIS, and Rachel had clearly emphasized the importance of surveillance and importance of data. So VAHIS is where VOA collects this information on animal health. So since rabies is a priority zoonotic disease, it's a listed disease, members are obliged to report the occurrence of rabies in domestic and wild animals to VOA through VAHIS. And as Rachel had already emphasized on the importance of surveillance, I would not again go back to that, but it is important to have some information, and to have some information, we need to have some sort of surveillance. To say a disease is absent or present, we first need to have some activities which can identify if the disease is there or not. So we cannot say if there are no rabies cases reported in the region, that means that region is rabies free. It could also mean there is no surveillance activity being done by the region. So in case any region wants to declare or emphasize that they are rabies free, then it's very crucial for them to emphasize on their surveillance activities and have some evidence to say that, okay, we do not have rabies. So the next we have is the endorsement of the official control program for dog-related rabies. Basically, it's an endorsement of the official control program which you might be having, a national rabies control program, or you might be calling it something else. But VOA can officially endorse your program, and it could be beneficial to the country and to the members if you have endorsed VOA endorsed control program for dog-related rabies. What can the endorsement of the program, how can it affect you? It paves the way towards the self-declaration of freedom for dog-related rabies. For example, if you think that your country do not have rabies and you are close to declaring it rabies free, then maybe you can use our tool, our program on endorsement of official control program, and you can declare yourself as dog-related rabies free. And endorsement also links to the United Against Rabies Forum roadmap, which Rachel have again highlighted in the presentation. As a member and as a delegate, what are the first steps that you can do if you're interested towards endorsement? First thing first, you need to develop a national strategic plan for rabies. Rachel had already provided you an insight on how to develop the NSP because we have a template on the UAR forum. You can tweak the template and modify it as per your country scenario and develop a national strategic plan. So we have the VOA rabies vaccine bank. Till now, we have donated almost 27.5 million rabies vaccines in Africa and Asia. And the VOA rabies vaccine bank provides you high quality dog vaccines which are fixed, and they have pre-established low price, and you can access them during emergencies. And it is a catalytic tool towards countries who want to begin with a mass dog vaccination program. And we support those countries who indicate a strong political will and they have a plan for implementing the rabies control in their country. You can, if you're interested to access the VOA vaccine bank, you can contact VOA through the delegate or through the regional representatives over there. So you have Tariq over there who can assist you. Next, we offer is the capacity building and training. So we offer capacity building and training programs through the Lab, and we can provide you training on surveillance and diagnosis. And we have a laboratory training program which can improve the laboratory capacity of the country. Uh, and we also can organize some virtual and regional training workshops through our regional representatives. If you're interested to organize any capacity building or training program, please let us know, and we can look into how we can support you. Then we also have a flagship program on performance of veterinary services pathway support, and we have two specific areas which would be useful for a country who is interested towards dog-mediated rabies elimination. So we have the previous evolution with rabies specific content, and we have the national bridging workshop with rabies specific approach. And if you are interested to participate and get access to these rabies specific content on PVS, please contact us and we will get back to you. Apart from that, we have the VOA advocacy tool. So we have a communication department who works really hard to develop some standard communication material which could be downloaded, converted to your languages you want, and disseminated. So you do not need to replicate your resources and replicate your job. We have various types of advocacy tools available, and you can access them through this code over here, QR code. And the best thing we can do is, download these guidelines and download these tools which we have on the UAR and on our website, and translate to your languages which you prefer and use it. So what are the recommendations for you? So uh, first and foremost, engage with VOA, and we will offer you support and technical advice and what you can do. Engage with your other AV stakeholders within the country. Mobilize internal resources. Support the existing rabies control efforts in your country. Use the existing guidelines and resources available. Do not duplicate your efforts. We already have a lot of content available on rabies in the website, on our website and other websites. So do not waste your time in developing any guidelines. You can tweak them as per your local context. Then, if you want to establish a dog population management program, what Terrestrial Code Chapter 7.7 offers you deep insights on how to do that. And we also have Paolo over there, and he'll be providing you more answers on Chapter 7.7 and the tools which we have for using this chapter. Then always remember, mass dog vaccination is an important element towards dog-mediated rabies elimination. And also, the last and not the least, Middle East can be one of the leading region who can take initiative on having a rabies control program or endorsing the rabies control program, and show that in Middle East countries can also do this. It's quite possible. Middle East have the strength, they have the resources with them, and we can offer you technical support, and it is a very doable target for the Middle East region. So I will highly emphasize and implore you to please consider having a national rabies control program or a national strategic plan or whatever you would like to call it, but a national level program for rabies. That's it. Thank you for your time and listening to me. If you need any more answers or if you have any questions, you can direct them to us, Tariq, and we'll get back to you on the questions. If you want to know more about the VOA support towards 0 by 30, please use this link, and you will have an understanding of what can VOA offer you. And if you are interested or any other doubts, you can always contact our colleagues over there. And Tariq is very quick, and he will help you in any of the questions you might have on rabies. Thank you.